The Maui Invitational, we've got the Las Vegas tournament today. Man, feast week in the college basketball world has been beautiful so far. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the games today. I'm breaking down 3 best bets on this college basketball slate. This is the free 3. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're just trying to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, I did the video just focusing solely on the Monday Night Football game, and I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday hurt because I felt like we should have had a much better day than we did with the reads that we had. We got the Ravens on the spread right, -2.5. I told you guys they were going to win that game. But Lamar's longest rush, we needed 14.5. He gave us a 10-yarder right there near the end zone. I was like, did he get it? And then I was like, damn, only 10, 11 yards. And he didn't really need to run much, to be honest. Why? Because King Henry was eating it up. And for me, that's what I was like, okay, if King Henry's going off, yes, the Ravens are going to use some clock. I did lean towards the over, which the over hit, but Justin Herbert would have to throw the ball. Well, no J.K. Dobbins, but that meant they were too pass heavy. The Ravens were really ready for it. He didn't get over 225 yards. I mean, if Quentin Johnston decided to catch a few balls, we would have gone there, but that's neither here nor there. So we lost on the Herbert and Andrews lay, so that puts us at 1-2 on the day when it really should have felt like a much, much better day than that. So tough losses yesterday, but hopefully you guys were able to make some money back in the college basketball slate. I did give out a few picks and plays out there to the group, so make sure you guys are tapped into the Discord so you guys can get those winners. But today we're going to run it back. 3 best bets inside of the college basketball slate to turn us around. We have a few days left here in November. We're going to turn this ship around here to get over 500. So let's get into these winners real quick and make sure you guys smash that subscribe button for me. All right, first best bet of the day. Houston, Alabama. Let's talk about it. Now, this is one of those situational spots, right? Because this game is being played in Las Vegas. If you guys looked at that Las Vegas Power Impact tournament that they're doing there, so many great teams are playing in that tournament. We've got Houston, we've got Alabama, we've got Rutgers, we've got Notre Dame, we've got Duke, we've got Kansas. A lot of teams. I'm going to break down several of these marquee matchups today. But Houston and Alabama is one of those games where you have defense versus offense if you guys know college basketball. Obviously, Kelvin Sampson for the defensive Cougars. It's like always one of the top defenses of all the country. Right now, they're number 2 in defensive efficiency. Only team that's been better to start the regular season is the Tennessee Volunteers. But this is the thing. Houston's already lost a game at this point in the season, which is kind of rare for them. They're typically one of those teams that will go 7, 8 games without losing a single game and then get to the postseason, they'd be like 30-2, 30-3, whatever the case may be. But they lost to Auburn earlier this year, 74-69 in their second game of the regular season. Now, Alabama on the other side, we faded them when they played Purdue, when they played their first true road matchup, and we were able to cash in on Purdue because they lost that game 87-78. They bounced back after that loss with a win against Illinois, 100-87. Now, we know what head coach Nate Oates likes to do, which is what? Push the tempo, shoot a lot of threes, no mid-range shots. Let's get inside the paint. Let's get free throws or let's get three-pointers. Let's run this team out the gym. Let's score points. Like Illinois scored 87 points. They just didn't score 100 like Alabama. So which style of offense is going to take the precedent here? I believe that defense is going to win the game to start off. Now, Alabama can fight in this game. I do think they lose. Now, Houston, I'm taking them in the first half, -1.5, -105 odds. They're going to jump out to a fast lead on Alabama like Purdue was able to do on them. Now, the reason why I like Houston in this matchup is because they've played a more fast-paced team like Auburn already. So because of that, Kelvin Sampson has had his team already to be able to adjust and say, you see what happens when we don't play our game? Houston's not going to win a lot of games giving up 74 points. Let's be honest. Yes, they score points and 90 points or more when they play teams like Jackson State and Louisiana, but their bread and butter is to hold you to 50, 60 points and win the game 65-60. So Alabama, they're looking to put 70-plus points on the board today. They're going to be able to do it, but Houston is going to be able to get more stops when it matters because this is a team offensively that's number 6 in offensive efficiency, number 8 in turnover percentage, number 48 in effective field goal percentage, number 28 in offensive rebound. So they're going to attack the glass hard, and they're going to hit you different ways. And this Alabama team, they have not been able to show their physicality just yet. Mark Sears, he's been struggling a little bit with his game, and that's just because some of the weapons that he has, he doesn't have Brandon Miller around him anymore. He doesn't have some of these other guys. Grant Nelson, who's a career three-point shooter, I mean, you know, he's playing a lot of minutes right now. Same thing with Jaren Stevenson. Same thing with Cliff O'Morey. These are all guys who really would not be playing that many minutes if Chris Youngblood was healthy, right? This is a team that is going to come on later on in the season. They're going to get it rolling in SEC play, but for right now, they're going to come off to a slow start. I expect them to lose this game. I expect Houston to get it done in the first half. When Alabama gets healthy, they're going to shock a lot of people. They're going to run up the score. They're going to do what they need to do, but it's going to ease into them. And luckily for them, they have time and they're in a tough enough conference to where they'll still get an NCAA tournament high seed. But Houston, one of the best teams in the country, I expect them to get it done here. Let's get the first half just to jump out to a fast start. Let defense set the tone here for Calvin Sampson and his squad. Now, our second best bet of the day is going to come to two programs that are playing in the Maui Invitational. Hopefully you guys saw that Memphis-UConn game there. Memphis is a good program, but so is Michigan State. And those two teams play each other today. And I'm going to lean with Michigan State here also in the first half. And I'm going to take this on the money line, minus 120. Now, if you want to take Michigan State at like the half point, whatever, be my guess. But I'll take, the push insurance at minus 120. Now, the reason why I like this game here for Michigan State is this is the classic letdown spot. Memphis, great win yesterday against UConn. Great job because, when games go into overtime, that's where dogs go to die. But they were able to still fight off UConn in overtime. I mean, yes, Dan Hurley did hurt his team by getting that technical, but give Memphis credit. They hit shots when they needed to hit shots, and when their best player, Troy Holcomb, who had 20-plus points in that game, fouled out, they still found a way to win the game. But that's why now they're going to lose this game. And I'm not going to say they're not going to lose the full game. I'm not going to go that, but I say the first half. Why? Because you went into overtime yesterday. You played your heart out yesterday. You had a great game yesterday. This is a classic letdown spot. Now we will find out about how this Memphis team, how much grit they have. Will they come back in the second half against a Michigan State team, which I think will happen. But I think Michigan State's going to get out to a hot start. Michigan State has been an excellent program this year. We saw that in yesterday's game against Colorado where they won that game handily 72-56. Obviously, Tom Izzo, it's been a few years since he's been in there like, hey, this team can go all the way conversation, but he has the team this year. Defensive efficiency to start the regular season, they're 11th. Right now, 53rd in effective field goal percentage on the defensive side of the ball, 61st in three-point percentage, and they don't play at a super fast tempo. Now, Michigan State, they suck at shooting three-pointers, bottom 10 in all of college basketball. That's going to be the difference in this game, trading threes for two, and that's what might get Memphis back into this game if they get down. But I think that this is a good spot for Michigan State that did not have to exert too much energy, not as many as Memphis had to yesterday, and that emotional win that they got against UConn, big win for the program. I'm happy for them, but this is a team right now that's second in the country in terms of three-point percentage. They're hitting at over 40% clip. There's going to be regression due at some point. This is a Tom Izzo team that's going to be looking to take that away. The athleticism that they have is there. They've got Jaden Atkins. They've got Jeremy Fears. They've got a great squad. They move it all around. I expect them to be able to get it done today. First half, Michigan State. Let's take them on the first half money line. Third and final pick of the day is going to come in between the Rutgers and Notre Dame game. And this is a gut game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is a gut game. Why? Because every article, every handicapper that I've looked at, mainly every piece of research that I've done, has leaned towards taking Notre Dame in this game. But this is the thing. It is a toss-up. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to take Rutgers on the money line, minus 130 odds. Why? Because they're playing in this Las Vegas Invitational Tournament that has teams like Kansas, that has teams like Duke, that has teams like Alabama and Houston, right? These are all excellent programs. And now Rutgers has the opportunity to show, hey, we're not as bad as people think we are, even though we just got upset by Kennesaw State on last Sunday. Now, for me, that is one of those situational spots where you have to look at the bigger picture. Rutgers starts off the season 4-0. They beat every team that they've played pretty handily. The closest game was against St. Peter's. That was a 10-point win. Against Merrimack, that's 11-point win. When you look at the numbers, Rutgers has not been that good against the number. 1-4 against the spread. They're about to go to Las Vegas, where every NBA scout in the freaking league is going to be there, but not only because of the caliber of players that are going to be there, but just because of the teams that are going to be there. And now you have players like Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, who you know that the NBA scouts are going to want to look at. Those are lottery pick players. Now you have to go travel to Kennesaw State on a Sunday morning at 11 a.m. tip-off time. They were down by 18 points in that game, or I think 21 points at one point. And they came back and lost the game by 2 points, and they had a chance. If Ace Bailey didn't turn over the ball right there at the end, they threw the ball away. They had a chance. So what I'm saying is now you have a Notre Dame team that also started off the season 4-0, right? But they were at home in their last game to Elon, and they lost that game by 7. So both teams just got upset in games where they shouldn't have, but one team was at home, one team traveled on the road, where your best players know what's going to be coming ahead of you when you go to Vegas here. And Notre Dame, same thing. They overlooked Elon probably for the same exact reasons, but you're at home. And this is a Notre Dame team that strength of schedule, Stonehill, Buffalo, Georgetown, North Dakota, it's just right there with Rutgers. So I get why a lot of people are saying we're going to take Notre Dame here. Their 22nd effective field goal percentage, 3-point percentage is top 100, 2-point percentage top 20. Like, they can score. Notre Dame can score the ball. But this is one of those spots where it's like, hey, throw out the numbers, throw out all the analytics. Is Rutgers a good team? I don't really think so. Do they have the chance to make the tournament? Yes. Are they going to be a bubble team? Yes. Are they going to get in maybe because the media wants to see Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper on the biggest stage? Probably yes. But this is one of those games where I think it's an opponent that they can beat pretty easily. They know who the next opponent in the tournament is going to be, which is going to be Alabama. So this is a great opportunity, and they're going to get smacked by Alabama. I believe that after Alabama loses today. But this is a great chance for you to bounce back and pick off a win. So both programs, very similar kind of situation and storyline here. But I think we're getting some value on Rutgers because of the fact they're 1-4 against the number to start the year. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, they're 2-3 against the number, 4-1 to the over. So if you want to take a look at the over, I'd be my guest. But this is a team for Rutgers that's averaging 80 points per game. Dylan Harper has an averaging 20 points per game. Ace Bailey is averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds per game, right? They're just not a really good team, and that happens in college basketball sometimes. Anthony Edwards at Georgia. Like, we can name some of these players that decided to stay home or went places that didn't really make sense, and but it didn't hurt their draft stock. But this is an opportunity, for these players to show what they can do against some of the other best caliber players. This is where your draft stock rises in a way outside of the NCAA tournament. I'm taking Rutgers. I'm taking the players that have something to play for here. I like them in the bounce back spot against Notre Dame. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. Those 3 bets on this Tuesday card. Houston, first half, we're taking them on the spread. We got Michigan State on the first half. We're going to have a little bit of a letdown spot for Memphis there. And then Rutgers on the money line. I like them. Bounce back spot. Let Hoopers hoop here. And then a bonus pick for you guys. Good value, money line. I always like when we can get points with Kansas. I'm taking Kansas plus 130 odds. I like them today against Duke. Not a crazy breakdown for you guys. Duke obviously picked up a huge win against Arizona, but I don't think Arizona is as good as we think they are. In all honesty, they've got great players, but Caleb Love really shot them out of that game and this is a very, very efficient Kansas squad that can get it done. I like Bill Self in this team. I like the fact they've got experience in Dickinson and DeJuan Harris. Again, this is one of those spots where obviously everybody's going to want to see Cooper flagged. We get it. But you know what? That riles up a team like Kansas that has veterans and where people they're not looking at Hunter Dickinson because he's in his 5th year, but that boy can hoop. And I think this is a Kansas team that can shock a lot of people this year. I mean, I won't say shock a lot of people. I mean, they're expected to win it all, one of the teams that can win it all. But they beat Michigan State 77-69 on a neutral floor already. They beat North Carolina already. So they've had a very tough strength of schedule already where they've played some of these great teams. And meanwhile, we've seen Duke be vulnerable against a team like Kentucky that was on a neutral floor. So I like Kansas here, taking the money line. Take them plus the points, plus 3.5, whatever if you want to. But that's a little bonus pick for you guys on this Tuesday card. All right, my friends, let's cash in on these Tuesday card. Tomorrow we'll be back probably with some NBA action in there on a Wednesday. But as long as we got Feast Week, we're going to continue to run it up, get to that bag. And if you want some of those extra picks and plays, then join the Discord group, man. Smash that video, smash that thumbs up. Appreciate all the love and support. Let's get to that cheddar, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, gang.